Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial by Shayna's Home DIY and Crafts. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to place flour inside a Bobo balloon. If you want to see how I do so, keep watching. Okay, so here's all the items that I'm going to be using in today's video. I'm using a 20-inch Bobo balloon. It's already stretched off camera, but I'm showing you guys how I stretch it. I'm going to be using a pair of scissors. I'm going to be using an electric balloon pump, some floral wire covers, tape, floral tape, a hand pump balloon, and I'm going to be using some satin fabric for this video. We have floral cutters, and I'm just showing you guys what the balloon looks like before I stretch it. So you will see what it looks like and what it looks like after being stretched. Okay, so this is hard work. If you want to see how I stretch this balloon, I'm going to be having a video link in the icon above. You can watch that. So here I am after pre-stretching the balloon. I'm going to use my electric balloon pump, and I'm going to blow that up to as how big as I want it to be. Not as big as to make it pop, okay? But I'm not going to take it to the maximum inflation, but I'm going to blow it up as big as I feel comfortable with. So once I blow it up to so far where I want it to be, I'm going to go ahead, and if I have any kind of like imperfection, like shapes or anything, I'm going to kind of like push and pressure and rub that and pull on it to get it out. So that's what I'm doing here. One side of the balloon from stretching it, of course, I'm a human being and this is not machine made. It's handmade stretch, okay? It's machine made, but it's stretched by the hands. And let me tell you, stretching is no joke. I really love making these, but I don't think I'm going to be able to keep up with them because they hurt my hands so bad. Okay, so anyways, so once I stretch it, I felt like I had a little imperfection, so I kind of like push on that until I get it out. So now what I'm going to do, I deflate my balloon, and I'm going to find a side of the balloon. I'm going to use my scissors, but before I do so, I'm going to make sure everything is nice and flat, so you're not cutting in creases where things get out of hand. So once everything is nice and flat, I'm going to go ahead with my scissors, and I'm going to cut a really nice thin layer around the balloon. You see how slow I'm going and gently? Yes, if you guys notice how slow I'm going, because I want to make sure I just cutting like a very thin piece. I'm not cutting into the balloon because I'm going to have to seal this back up. So you want to cut very thin. So therefore, when you start sealing, it's not like out of control. So there it is. So once I have my hole that I cut out, it's up to you how big you want to cut it. The bigger it is, the harder it is to seal. So I try to cut it just to where I could fit my hands in there, so it's easier for me to seal it back. So here I have my floral arrangement, and you could get this from anywhere. You could get it from Joann Fabric, which is going out of business. You could get it from Michael's. You could get it from Amazon. You could get it from floral places online. You could get it from Hobby Lobby. You could get it from Walmart. However, in today's video, this floral arrangement is from Hobby Lobby that I'm using. And of course, it's spring, you guys. It's 2 days before spring. Yay! We're close to spring. So as you guys see, I'm using some very nice, lively and vibrant spring colors here for this balloon, okay? So here, what I'm going to have to do, I bought this as is. I think they put it together like this at Hobby Lobby, but the stem was too long, so I have to like pull it apart and kind of like rearrange it a little bit and cut off some of the stem because it's all wire and I don't want my balloon to pop either. Plus also these stems are very hard. You could easily pop your balloon with these stems, so you got to be careful because they're not soft, okay? So yes, it looks nice and soft, but it's not. And so yes, so that's what I'm doing, rearranging and gonna cut some of the stem or the wire off so we could make this how we want it to be. So I was going to use the floral tape at first to wrap around to get it in place. But then after I wrapped this with the floral tape, I realized that it still feel like I need to wrap a few times with the floral tape. But maybe that's just me because I feel like it wasn't smooth enough and I was afraid of my balloon going to be pop. I've put the outfits inside of the balloon. I've never tried the flowers. So this is new and it's my first time doing it, and you can never tell. Keep watching, you'll see. So what I did after I wrapped my flower tape around this, I went back in and I said, this ain't gonna work. So what I did was I used some painter's tape. So the painter's tape, I felt like that works better. Keep watching, you'll see. I feel like the painter's tape worked better and holding it together. So here I am. See how long the stand is? I got to cut some of that off. Okay, so here I'm using this wire cutter and I'm cutting. These stems were hard, like really hard. I feel like I was cutting steel. And I know it's not the floral cutter that's dull because I just got those. So maybe I needed a different floral cutter. I don't know, but whichever way, it did work out. Life is good. So I cut that, wrap the excess piece around. You want to make sure everything is nice and tight and sealed because any little piece, when you put this thing in the balloon, can scratch your balloon and pop your balloon. And the last thing you want to do over is to stretch that balloon. I tell you, the hardest part of doing this This project, the hardest part to do is stretch the balloon. When I say stretch the balloon, if I ask anybody who does this type of project, I did watch some video and they say if you're not sweating, you're not stretching. I see what they mean. It's hard to stretch. I have cysts on my hands, and after stretching a few of these, they get swollen up and hurt. So I don't know. I really like doing this, but I don't know if it's something I'm going to continue to like pursuing. But I really love doing it. Anyways, so you see how I tape? Like I was telling you guys, how I tape with the painter's tape. I tape, then I go back over the painter's tape with the floral tape because I felt like the painter's tape was holding it better. So now it's time to get the flowers inside the balloon. Remember that hole I cut on the side? Here we are. I am going to go ahead and we're going to shift this in. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get the stem down to the real opening of the balloon. You know, every balloon has that opening. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the stem all the way to that opening, so it will give me more space and room to work to get the flower inside of the balloon. So I'm slowly and gently and nicely pulling that down. You can't roll it fast like you're rolling it over a nice smooth pen. Take your time because you don't want to pop your balloon, like I say, because you're going to have to start over. And the hardest part, again, like I say, I'm repeating myself, is to stretch the balloon. A lot of people may say the hardest part is how did you get the flower in it? For me, it wasn't hard. That's not hard. All right, so we're taking our time. You got to be patient, you got to be gentle, and you got to go slowly. And this video is in real time how I'm getting this thing inside the balloon. Very slow, gentle, and take your time. Okay, so once I do so and I get it all inside of the balloon, we're going to make sure everything looks okay, and then we're going to seal that up. So keep watching, you'll see how I do so. So now that I finally got the flower inside the balloon, we're going to go ahead and we're going to seal back that area that we cut out. Now here I have my sealer and I set this at 3. I repeat, the sealer is set at 3. It took me a while to figure out where I want to set the sealer. I tried it at 2.5, 2 and a little, 2 and a few more, and then things hasn't sealed because I practiced a lot before this one thing. I was afraid to cut the balloon, so I used to figure a way how to get stuff into the hole of the balloon. And every time I seal, after I tie, I would seal and I try different levels. So it works for me on 3. So we're gonna set our sealer at 3, and then I'm just here trying to make sure that I don't have any like wrinkles in the balloon, like it's nice and flat. So because when there's wrinkles, when you seal it, if there's wrinkles, you may have like right where it joined, that little wrinkle or scribbly, I don't know if you know what I'm saying, like wrinkle, kind of like you may leak through that because you didn't get a proper seal because of how it kind of like wrinkle or crimp together. So you want to make sure when you get it on your sealer, it's nice and flat. You see how I'm rubbing my hands cross and my fingers to make sure it's nice and flat. And do not take your finger and hold on that brown piece in the middle, because ask me how I know that. Ask me how Shayna knows that, because guess what? I put my finger on it thinking, oh, it's not heating up, and it did its job with the finger, okay? So do not put your finger in that middle piece and hold it down there. Just nicely put it across, seal it. Once it goes off, it takes literally 0 seconds, and you're sealed. So here we are. I'm putting the balloon down. I've learned my lesson after sealing balloons where I put my balloon pump up and blow it up and it pops. So this time I'm trying just keeping it flat. So I turn the pump on the side to blow it up, and this works. I've learned my lesson. I don't know what it has to do with me just putting the pump up and put the balloon on top and blow it up like when I first pre-stretch it. I don't know if it's pressure that's pushing on that spot that I just sealed, or maybe I overinflated it, or maybe it didn't seal well, but it did pop. Or maybe it was just not a good balloon. I don't know, but so I decided to try this where I turned the balloon on the side as I inflated it, or I was going to use my hand pump. But when I think about how much pump I'm going to have to pump with the hand pump to get this bad boy blew up, I decided to put it on the side. So far, this is what it looks like. It's a big balloon. I feel like I want to say it's 20-inch, but I also feel like it's 36-inch balloon. It's a 36-inch. I don't remember. Sorry, guys. So here I am. I have it all blown up like how it is. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tie a knot. I'm going to tie a knot and tie it really tight. I'm going to stretch. tight. You see why I'm pulling and stretching? Because you want to make sure it's sealed where you're not leaking. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to double tie that to make sure it's not leaking, okay? And these are not easy to tie. They're not like our regular Lasix balloon. So when you're pulling, also be careful because you could pull and rip the balloon. I guess maybe mine's are cheap. I don't know. If you're a regular balloon person, tell me if it's mine that's cheap or it's actually something that will happen if you pull on that little piece at the tail too much. So after I tie those knots, I'm going to go ahead at 3, set my sealer at 3 again, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to put that under the sealer a few times and we're going to seal it, okay, to make sure we don't have any leakage. Because guess what, once you do this balloon correctly, seal it up correctly, I've heard from balloon artists that actually this is what they do for a living, because of course I did research to learn how to do this. Say they have balloons that they shown us that they have for 2 years blown up. So once it's in a safe place, it's sealed properly, then it should be good. It does not deflate. It's not like the regular Lasix balloon that deflate over time. So even though I tie that end and I seal that with a sealer, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use half of a 260 balloon, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold that stem in place of where that entrance is at the balloon. And I'm going to use my 260 to secure that in place so the flower ain't bouncing around, okay? So we're going to we hold that very tight and we're going to stretch and tie it. You guys can't really see much of what I'm doing because, of course, the balloon is bigger than my workspace. That's what it is. So once I'm done tying the balloon and everything, remember I tie it, I seal it, and then I 260 it. I'm going to be using a piece of floral foam, and I'm going to nicely and carefully shove or push down that stem in the balloon inside of the foam. Please be careful when doing this, because remember, we still have that balloon. It's still a part of the balloon. So if you push and your nail get caught in it and rip it or anything, then we're gonna have to start over because that balloon is done. So now I'm going to use some cold low temperature hot glue, and I'm putting that on the foam and this the flower foam, and I'm going to go ahead, and originally I wanted to put this in one of those flower box, the round one, but it was too big for the box, just make the box look really small. So I decided I'm going to put it in a bag. So plans changed. So all the things that I had to do with the fabric and everything did not work, because of course this is a bag. It's like one of those thicker gift bag, not the little thin cheap one. You can't put this thing in one of those little thin cheap gift bag. It's going to fall over. So you got to get a good quality heavy duty one and put it in there. So I glued that to the bottom of that, and I must say I did put some like glass stone or bead in there to kind of like hold the weight. It was fine here. I didn't put the bead in yet, but it was fine. But I felt like it was wobbly a little after I took it outside to take the pictures with the wind. So I put a few glass stone in it to hold it up. But here we don't have it, and you see it standing. And this is why you cannot use the cheap flimsy bags from the Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, this video is not a Dollar Tree video. You got to get good stuff. Okay, so here we are. We're using some tissue paper. You can get that from the Dollar Tree, tissue paper. But yeah, so if you want to go up there, you can get that. So use some tissue paper to stuff the side of the bag and to hide the floral foam. Okay, so here I am. And let me tell you about high quality ribbon. You can tell if you know a good high quality ribbon, you're looking at it right here. Okay, to get this in. You could use cheaper ribbon, but here we want to keep this. We want to make this look nice, okay? So you could make the things look nice and cheap, but you could also make it look nice and expensive. So unfortunately, it will cost more money. Like for the flower, it does look real until you get closer and be like, oh, they're not real. Like, and the only thing that make it looks not real is the leaves. The flowers literally looks like they're real, and the ribbon is very thick ribbon. I wish I had like the big roll in this versus this little roll, but unfortunately I don't. And that's the thing, when you buy them online, you never know what you're gonna get. You could buy it online and it looks nice, but when it comes, it's very flimsy and thin. You could buy it online when it comes this thick. So here I'm measuring how to get this ribbon up to hold the balloon down in place. So I'm putting a glue dot on top. That's what I'm doing. You guys cannot see what I'm doing because of course the balloon is bigger than the screen. So I put a glue dot up top if you're wondering how I get this ribbon up, and I use the glue dot to hold it on one side, pull the other side, and I tie it tight as I can, but not tight to pop the balloon, to hold it in place. Did not show you that on camera because of course not. Why not? I don't know. So here I am. I'm going to be using some heavy duty waterproof gift wrap paper, and I'm going to be cutting this into 4 pieces. So I'm going to cut in half and then fold again in half and cut in half, which give me 4 quarters. So that's what I'm doing here. And you can find these on Amazon. Okay, so they're not like the regular cheap tissue paper where it rains and it gets wet and it's over. So yeah, so this balloon is on the expensive side. Good flower, good paper, heavy duty bag. You know what I'm saying? It's on the expensive side. It's not like the tissue paper one that you can sell for $50. Okay. So, in case you're trying to do these, guys, do not shortchange yourself. This is hard work, okay? This is hard work, and nobody's going on Etsy and ask people for a discount. Nobody is going to Walmart and asking for a discount. So do not do these things in vain. And if you're a crafter and you do it for hobby, if you haven't find that out yet, you're in a very expensive hobby. Very expensive hobby, okay? Crafting is not cheap. It's expensive to do. And it takes a lot of work as well, a lot of skills and brainstorming and just to think in general. So don't shortchange yourself. I always say to people, the best thing about me with my products, they don't go bad. They don't go bad. And guess what? If I feel like I want to make them and decorate my house with them, I decorate my house with them. I tell you, versus being shortchanged. If I want to give somebody a gift, that's different. Nobody asked me for a gift. I chose to make a gift. But do not shortchange yourself if you're trying to make these to sell them. These are perfect gifts for birthdays, Mother's Day, to let your honey know you love them. It's just different. Per baby shower, if you guys want to see a few more of these videos I have where I have the baby outfit stuck inside of the balloon. Beautiful. Okay, so you could check those out. I will have them up after the end of this video. You could check them out as well. So here we are. You could actually see what I'm doing here. You see the 4 quarters of paper? We're going to fold that just like so. And if you feel like this video isn't enough to show you how I'm folding this, I actually have a video that I did just for you guys that nobody watched after asking me to do it, just to fold these things. This is why I can't do YouTube to please people. I have to do it on my own time, because guess what? Took the time out of my busy day to make this video because people request, can you do a video on how you fold this? They never watch it. So that's why I have a full-time job, because if I was dependent on this job to eat food, I would be hungry. Just saying. So I can't do what people want. I know people want this, people want that. It's very expensive. And people don't watch it. It's expensive. It's like you're putting in money and not getting out money. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I feel like, how they say, oh, it takes time. I just feel like this ain't for me. But I like showing people that you could do things. So I'm going to keep up doing this because this is my hobby, and I also sell these things. And when I'm not doing this, selling these things, I'm making stuff for myself. So it works out. But I guess I don't have the luck of it take time. It's 5 years and it's been like this. So anyways, this is what it looks like when I was done. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm sorry I did not show you guys how I placed those paper inside the bag, but it's 1, 2, 3 ABC. I have other videos with that. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. I had to go to deliver this lovely baby right here. Let me tell you, I have it out here in the morning taking the pictures, and the Amazon guy came up and he goes, whose birthday is it? It's absolutely gorgeous. And I goes, oh, it's somebody's birthday. I just make these and sell them, or I make them for a gift. If I like you enough, you'll get this gift, okay? Because it's not cheap. I have to like you enough. I like everybody, but I have to like you enough to feel like you're worthy of getting this gift, okay? So that's what it turns out to look like. The owner of it absolutely love it, and I'm in love with it too. And not only that, the Amazon guy walked past and he's in love with it, and everybody who saw me walking with it going to deliver it, they turned their head. This is a gift that will have people turn their head, okay? So on the inner side, I put some cheap tissue paper just to give it a pop. You see that pink? I did the bag. I kind of made the bag look nice. I put a little butterfly on. I put a happy birthday, and I felt like it was too blonde or plain, so I put some gold ribbon at the bottom to dazzle it up. And that's just it. We are done. We have a nice gift, and life is good. If you make it this far throughout the video, you are the real deal. It's obvious that you like what you see here to make it this far out here. Listen to me yapping talking about my balloon. So I would gladly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and turn your notification bell on so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and let me know in the comment section what you think about this, or if you're going to try to make this, or if you would purchase this. Okay, this one out for $100, and I'm sorry if you don't like it. So you could go and make it if you don't like the price, but the owner of it love it. So anyways, so that's just it. So I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by. I want to say thank you guys for all the new people who are coming in. I do appreciate you. I've seen you guys, and thank you guys for the returning subscribers. A lot of you guys are still here with me, even though a lot of you guys aren't. But you know what? I can't force people. We all have a life. So I want to appreciate, thank you guys, and I want to let you guys know that I appreciate each and every one of you. And all I want to say before I leave, as I always say, just remember that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Until next time, be blessed and bye for now.